on the ball on the relevance of the African Union is this. The reason why the African Union is also, is staggering a bit, has to do with financing. It's one thing which, we didn't make much time to discuss. Here we have an African Union where 60% of donors pay for. So in effect, when you have assessed contributions by member states, and then you have 5 member countries, you have Nigeria, you have South Africa, then 3 other North African countries, including Algeria, Libya and Egypt, paying 16% of the AU's budget, whereas the smaller countries are not paying. Some have not paid for many years. And when Qaddafi was there, he was absorbing all these, all these payments, assessed contributions. When you have a situation like that, naturally you're going to have an AU that will work only to the dictates of donors. Contrast that, however, to the regional economic communities. I keep saying we default to regional economic communities. We are the sub-region and it's natural for us to talk about it. I mentioned earlier we have the ECOWAS levy. We have the ECOWAS levy, which is 0.5% of imports. ECOWAS has not quite a fully fledged free trade area, but it's working, for example, for a decision at Praia in March this year. They decided that the common external tariff, for example, would be enlarged with different bands. Okay, it's a technical area, I won't go into, but just to say that ECOWAS is moving, for example, to have its levy and the WEMWA, which is a francophone speaking West African countries, to merge their levy so it's increased, so that they'll be able to raise financing for the institutions within the sub-region and also for the operationalization of ECOWAS's own programs. If we had the same such structure for the African Union, we would not be where we are. Even in the declaration of the 50th anniversary, it's online, it's available online. There are alternative sources of financing. Countries like Zambia were against the fact that $2, for example, should be put on hotels across the continent to be able to raise financing. When you have situations like that, you can only ask yourself why.
Elijah says to us by email that I am passionate about this topic. The frustration of African Union is lack of will, development and short-sightedness, he said, disregard for fellow Africans and greed.